Mr. Vernon Hunter died a true American hero. Mr. Hunter was a husband, father, and grandfather who worked hard to care for his family. Yet, the media appears focused on the killer and not the victim. Mr. Hunter was also a Vietnam vet, not just one tour but two. Thank God, his son Ken has the courage and conviction to speak on his father's behalf. My heart goes out to Ken and his entire family. May God rest Mr. Hunter's soul. Mr. Hunter is a hero simply because he was an American and died serving not only his country, but every other American. Mr. Hunter worked for the IRS and the federal government. So do another 2+ million Americans, and we must never forget that they are also our brothers and sisters. Note, being murdered in the service of other Americans is a definition of hero in my book. How could it be otherwise in the land of the free and the home of the brave? Many talking heads are focused on the anger, the IRS, and the acts of one person whose name is not worthy to mention here. He died committing premeditated murders, simply unacceptable. Some talking heads are warning us that more of these acts can be expected. This too is unacceptable, and it is time for a solution. Not more violence. We the people are the solution. We cannot let Mr. Hunter's death be for naught, else we are part of the problem. Too many Americans have already died over taxes. I do not have all the statistics, however the number of Americans killed or wounded must be in the 50,000 to possibly even more than 100,000. Since the days of our country's founding revolution. And with great sadness we have yet another fallen hero, Mr. Vernon Hunter. In retrospect, Mr. Hunter may have been the only person at the IRS capable of helping the very person that murdered him. We shall never know. What each of us knows. It is way past time for a solution that we can all live with, not die for. The solution must be simple, rooted in our Constitution, legal, and fair to every American. What we have now is a monster that we created and let out of its constitutional cage. Let me be perfectly clear. Mr. Hunter was not a monster. He was a true hero, a hero that died in service to other Americans. The monster is a code of regulations so complex that no one understands it, let alone controls it. With the help of both elected officials, lawyers, and senior-level government bureaucrats, the monster escaped its constitutional chains in the early 1900s. Our founding fathers feared this and strived hard to put restrictions in place to prevent such a monster from ever being created. Now, thousands of great Americans, like Mr. Hunter did, struggle every day to control this monster. However, it cannot be controlled or properly caged without the restraints crafted in our Constitution being properly applied in order to preserve our beloved republic. We often hear of calls to patriotic duty. Mr. Vernon Hunter was a patriot, and he performed his IRS duties with pride and perseverance. We may not agree with IRS, however violence, especially murder, is not the solution. Now, it is time for every American to hear the call of duty and demand not another drop of precious American blood be fed to the tax monster. For any reason. We must cherish Mr. Hunter's memory and honor his sacrifice through self-education, peaceful demonstration, steadfast prayer and faith, and only lawful action. It is time for a change through constitutional means, where truth, justice, and the American way stand for what we truly are. Americans one and all.